Hello, this is Charles Van Morgan. I have breaking news, another edition of Charles Van Morgan Unbridled News, and we have some breaking news, so come on in. The captain over the Knoxville district, Stacey Heatherly, whom I reported just a little over a month ago, probably at this very location, put out a flyer here that we questioned her telling on a pamphlet advertising her speaking at a women's law enforcement conference that she said in the flyer, the speaker's spotlight, Captain Stacey Heatherly, that she was a member of the 278th Army National Guard, 175th Division. It's right here. It says also a 20-year military veteran, retired from the 278th, 175th Tennessee Highway Patrol. Stacey Heatherly, put out by the Women's Law Enforcement Conference with her picture on it, and also the insignia of the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Now, we reported on this a little over a month ago, her stating that she has military service on the flyer, and the Highway Patrol backing that up. We wrote the Highway Patrol and asked them about this, and they took the complaint because we couldn't find no military service, and they have failed to answer us. And their answer to us is they haven't shown any military service, so she hasn't served in the military. If they have military service, then they need to bring it out, but they're not going to say anything about it. They're hoping it'll get swept under the rug. So she doesn't have any military service, and the Highway Patrol under Colonel Matt Perry is getting himself entangled in a criminal act, because stolen valor is from 2013 is a criminal act. So the Tennessee Highway Patrol, Colonel Matt Perry over the Highway Patrol, is entangling himself in a criminal act by now Major, she got promoted today, Captain Major Stacey Heatherly. Now, they've had other majors in the past. I don't think any is as crooked as her. They had other majors in the past that got arrested for domestic drunkenness, charged by other departments, but this is new, and I have worked with this woman. I know her, and she is a very crooked lady. She surreptitiously recorded me, which is all right. I would agree with everything I said in the recording, but only played parts that, taken out of context, would tend to incriminate me. But if you listen to the whole video, it wouldn't. And also, she was the one that initiated my termination from the Highway Patrol, and has also made my law degree of none effect, although she has no education other than her education is paid for by you taxpayers, because while she was on your payroll, they sent her to a supervisory training class. The education I got, I paid for myself, and wasn't paid by, I paid for the education myself and wasn't on the clock when I was getting educated. That's the education they want. When they want people to be promoted, then they pay them while they're going to class, and they pay for their education. Isn't that a sweetheart deal for people that family members probably pay for your political campaigns? Now, she is the trooper. She was a sergeant at the time. She wasn't even over me. She violated general orders because she started investigating the wreck that happened, unfortunately, a fatal wreck that happened on Andersonville Pike, and she wasn't even my supervisor, and she was investigating that wreck. So that's against the general order. She was running a covert operation. But did they discipline her? No. She actually went to the scene of the wreck. They paid a expert witness, because their expert witness that worked for the state government looked at the video, and he agreed with me that I didn't see it, didn't have time to see the wreck, just seen the tail end of the car and didn't have time to identify it. And so their expert witness, the one that taught in their class, was tied up agreeing with my side, agreeing with the truth. So they hired a expert witness for this lady. She didn't pay him, and the State Highway Patrol didn't pay him. It come out of your tax money. They paid her for her to have an expert witness to come out to the scene and prove a lie. They literally shut down the road where the fatal wreck happened and blocked the lanes. And they went out and they parked a car where the car had wrecked that left my sight that I didn't see the wreck. I seen the tail end of a car. I thought it was a parked car. They literally parked the car there, and then they drove by and seen the car that they parked there. That's what she did with an expert witness that they paid. And that was a similar experiment as to what happened when I was in pursuit. Since they seen the car that they parked there, I should have seen the car that I was in pursuit of that left my sight. I should have been able to be Superman. And not only did that disagree with the expert witness that worked for them that already testified on my behalf, it also disagreed with a eyewitness on the scene that said, I didn't see anything. I looked out my bedroom window because I heard a crash, not because the lady seen one that called 911. She looked out her bedroom window because she heard a crash. And she looked out her bedroom window and could not see anything, just like me. I couldn't see anything. I seen the dark tail end of a car that looked like a parked car. And then later, and this was, of course, after I passed, it caught on fire. But after initially she couldn't see it, they even changed reports for this lady here. Now, they do whatever they want to do. That's what power is about. That's why you have to be careful about who you put in elected officials, who you put in office. And you have to be very careful and watch who they put in high positions, because they will do whatever they want to do. They even run the court system. Now, reality is not what is reality. I mean, a car off the road in the dark is not a car off the road in the dark. Reality to them is they tried to prove you can see a car off the road better in the dark than you can in the daytime. That's the reality, and that's what they get through their kangaroo courts. So now, as a result of a legitimate complaint, that's a serious thing. She's walking on the blood of soldiers that have fought for this country, that have sacrificed, and claiming that she has that same military service. That's disgusting. And I'm not here to run down any person, run down her career. She's ruined her own career. She should have been ruined a long time ago. But that is not right to have someone like that in a position of power over the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Because when you have someone like that in a position of power over the Tennessee Highway Patrol, then you have someone that lies. She could stop you or have a trooper stop you for no crime and make up a crime and get it through the court system, because the courts are promoted by the governor. She works right under the governor, and they will do whatever they want to you. And you know how cool it is to have a governor that claims to be a Christian? That's just saying, hey, I'm an honest person. Honesty is doing what's legitimate and what's truthful, regardless of what you want. And these people in the Highway Patrol are crooked people. Even former officers and former troopers with the Highway Patrol tell you the same thing. They're too afraid to say that now. I hate this for troopers, because you have to work under someone that's this dirty. You should be afraid every day you go to work. So she's stolen valor, and the result of that is that they promoted her to major. And just like I said, the people that are the best liars get promoted. The people that are the crookedest, and here a criminal, most likely, gets promoted to major over the Highway Patrol, taking a lot of money from you and a lot of falsehood. She even got hit by a drunk driver. I was the leading DUI enforcer in the whole state of Tennessee. No trooper, 900 troopers. I arrested more drunk drivers than any trooper in the state to keep the fatality rate down. And she got me terminated. So what happens if you get rid of the leading arrester for drunk drivers? Then there's more drunk drivers out. She even got hit by a drunk driver as a result of her getting rid of me. What poetic justice. Now, do you feel safe with her over a major over the Tennessee Highway Patrol? We can't be silent about this stuff. If you're silent, corruption grows, just like in this case. And Matt Perry is just as bad as her, only she's a little smarter than he is. She might take his position next. Watch out, Matt. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, that Matt Perry that got promoted on crawling up on his daddy's back. So, yeah. But this edition of Nightly News, non-con news, Charles Van Morgan, and we'll have another update. So if you want to support this movement to get the truth out about these crooks, then there's a square icon. I'll put it out. Send us a donation. We got a substantial donation the other day that helped pay for some papers to request public information requests for her. There's a lot of other things that we're looking for in her. We're not going away. You know, one of the worst things you can do as a trooper or as a warrior that I learned through experience, and troopers and officers know what I'm talking about, is to stop a car or pull up on a scene and take some little person, some person you think's weaker than you, for granted. Don't pay attention to them. Don't think they have any power to do anything. You know, these people, they take us for granted. And some people are born fighters. They won't quit as long as they're breathing. So, you know, we're not done yet. We got information requests going out. Click on the square icon and contribute. We got a donation where we got a lot of information from public information. We paid over almost $300 collecting information in our file to look over it and see other wrongdoing. You know, she's involved in stolen valor. She has no respect for military service. And then there's a lot of other things she's probably done. Mostly you can look at the money, follow the money trail, and you'll find more corruption, because I'm sure that's the case. Power and money and, you know, fame is what these people are after. I was after protecting lives. And also, the way you can get this message out, and you won't hear this kind of message from anybody else. We're uncovering the truth. This is real news, unbridled. We're not held down by anybody. Is friends calling friends, and friends calling everyone, and ask them to call everyone. Contact all and tell them, power to you, the people movement. We might run for public office. I don't know. Call the governor. Point out this disgrace, someone stealing valor. I think of Patrick Fitzgibbon. He's got his name on a bridge on Rutledge Pike. He was killed in Afghanistan in, I think it was 2009. A 19-year-old soldier came back in several different pieces on patrol with the Army for the United States of America, fighting for us. And you should see the awards. I've seen them. I've held them. They're impressive. A gold star, Purple Heart that his dad has. And that's someone that deserves military service, that did serve in the military, that gave his life fighting for this country. And I honor that and I appreciate that. And now we have someone right here that's claiming they were in the military, but they weren't. And even the Highway Patrol with their emblem here won't tell you whether she was or she wasn't. Just by their silence, that tells you the truth, doesn't. Call the governor, demand that he find out why her name's on a flyer saying she has military service. And the Highway Patrol and Colonel Mike Perry, after it was pointed out to him, they know about it, promoted her. Find out why that's happening to the Christian governor. Text and call your local political representative. Find out why this crooked stuff is going on. Support power to you, the people. Call your friends. Tell them to check out our YouTube page, check out our news channel, and support us if we run for public office. God bless you all. Like it says in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. God loves the world. He loves everybody in the world. And he loves you, and so do I. Until next time, God bless y'all. Have a good evening.